Dome Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing, so y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, there's some news with Canelo Alvarez, and I took the time to do my homework on it exactly because of the simple fact it's not worthy of my time, really. What I'm doing here is basically telling you guys that this should be the last straw for most of you. Canelo Alvarez is going up to fight a guy, Mukabu, or whatever. Like I told you, just heard the name a couple of times. I haven't done the research. I probably even know the guy, but it's not about that, right? He's going up to cruiserweight to fight a Mukabu. He knows that already, I guess, in May or whatever, and to become a 5 division champion. Now, if he's going to go to cruiserweight to fight somebody, and all these guys that we know he's not going to fight at 175 pounds, Gilberto Ramirez, for example, Beterbiev, Bivol, who I think he'll beat, but he should at least fight Bivol because Bivol's considered one of the best. He's not going to fight them at 175. At 168, he's leaving there quickly because he would have to fight his mandatory in Benavides, so he's not going to do that. 160, he says he can't make it anymore because that's what Charlo and Demetrius Andrade is. There's too many fighters. This is obvious, like, hey, everybody move out the way, let me find one. Another Rory Fielding, right? And make sure this is clear. When he beat Roy Fielding, even though Roy Fielding only had a WBA regular title, they called him 4 division champ. Now, he's going to be a 5 division champ if he beats this guy. The thing about it is when you're talking cruiserweights, remember, we just had that awesome tournament that Alexander Usyk won. And, all those people in the tournaments, there's some people there. If you want to go to cruiserweight and make some noise, Maurice Brightus would oblige you. Ukraine, that's in Latvia. It's a Latvian, right? Dorticus would get with you. Shoot, Glavaki would get with you. There's enough good cruiserweights up there that he can fight instead of this guy. So if he's going to be able to pick them, whatever. Bottom line is, if anybody's still paying attention or cares or using your time for Canelo Alvarez, because there's no more, we can't blame Golden Boy, we can't blame anything. It's him wanting these types of fights. And you're sitting back and you're still watching it, talking about them. Because people nowadays, they don't give a damn. It's about getting them clicks, getting people to come to your channel, right? And that's what's more important than integrity. Damn it. Listen, this has nothing to do with sport anymore. The WBC needs to be banned from the things that they've done, enabling in the sky. Why don't they just mandate him to fight Benavides, right? And stop calling him undisputed. He should be fighting Benavides, right? If he's going to be at 168. If he, and he should have fought Demetrius Andrade for undisputed at 160, right? He keeps picking. We went up there to get Kovalev at 175 instead of Demetrius Andrade. And this is the same pattern. This is nothing. So the bottom line is, if you're still watching the guy, there's no reason to complain about him. Don't waste your time or whatever. And I know you guys, you need your clicks and you need your subscribers and all that, so you put his name in the thumbnail and people gonna come check him out. Whatever. That is the problem. Canelo Alvarez being able to do this, he had good numbers for his last fight, is our fault. You have to get off of it. It's over, right, for the guy. If he wants to do that, and they're going to continue, of course they're going to continue to, the mainstream media to ignore what the real thing is going on with the guy. But it's our job to say whatever. Who cares what Canelo's doing then? Who the hell cares? If that's the cash cow, because and the face of boxing, it's patronizing, guys. It's insulting your intelligence to have somebody up there at the top that keeps doing this type of thing. Now, I'm not going to go and document everything I'm talking about. If you found me, I'm way at the bottom of the internet. You can't find me unless you're really interested in boxing. If you found me, then you know all the transgressions Canelo and the WBC have got away with, right? And people still are calling him the very best fighter. The very best fighter doesn't fight Roy Fieldings and stuff. And Amir Khans and bigger than him and Kirklands, right? Even Callum Smith, who was good, but why did you make him only have like 4 weeks to train? Sergey Kovalev is decent, right? But why you only gave him a couple of weeks to train, right? When in November instead of fighting in September, of Demetrius Andrade. Whatever, man. It's our fault. You got to stop right now. And I know it sounds like a boycott, but that's what I'm talking about. There's no reason, man. Canelo is only getting away with this because there's a demand for him to get away with this. It should be embarrassing. Just like I said about Teofimo Lopez going to Canelo's fight with those undisputed belts like he was undisputed. No, he's not. Canelo, this should be embarrassing. But he knows it's not. Canelo has stood at the zone in meetings and told him, I ain't fighting Demetrius Andrade. Right? And nothing, no, the zone won't even tell on him on national TV. Like Chris Mannix, can you say this? Can you literally say, physically say that Canelo Alvarez is scared of Demetrius Andrade, he won't fight him? Can you do that on the air? If not, get the hell up off the air, right? And let somebody on the air that's capable of saying that. The zone is the problem too. All you got to do is tell on the man, a mainstream, right? Invite, what I've been saying for years, invite the guys that he won't fight on mainstream TV. Why is it? And first things first, why they're not inviting Demetrius Andrade so he can tell his story, right? Why? Right? Because you can make Canelo stop doing this. And like I've been saying before, on all of those pound for pound lists, he shouldn't be nowhere around. Just because of who he wants to fight. Why the hell you ain't wanting to fight good fighters, right? At least other fighters want to fight good fighters or say they won't. He don't even got to say he wants to fight nobody hard. Right? Period. And but he's the very best. Man, those very best guys of the past need to be hollering. And some of them are. But they need to be really, just going in on this one here. This is just the last straw. And it's not only Canelo's fault. Get with the WBC. Because they enabled the whole way. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's America's like right now. Criminals right now. Steve Bannon talking smack. And he's trying to commit treason, basically. Still talking smack. Because nothing happens to him. This is what's happening. I've done this before with Roy Fielding. And they raised my hand and put me pound for pound. I beat up Kirkland and Amir Khan. They put me pound for pound. Right? I obviously ain't fighting Charlo, Demetrius Andrade, Benavidez, and Gilberto Ramirez. I ain't fighting them. But they gonna still put me pound for pound. So why would he not do that? So it's on us to make the change. It's really that period. That's that simple, y'all. I'm gonna go and get up out of here, man. Because like I said, I ain't did no research on this. It's just a pity. So I figured I'd just say something about it. But listen, you ain't gonna be hearing too much about Canelo over here. And if you do, it's gonna be the same type of stuff you're hearing now. Really got in men, right? If you're a Canelo fan and you're men, right? I'm talking about men, straight men, right? You need to be saying something. I don't know if your racism trumps fairness. Well, why would I say that? Of course I know that. But this should be a little bit too far for even you guys. Doma Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm about to hear y'all.